A Journey Through Time, Part 1, Chapter 1, The Discovery. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived two best friends named Lily and Jack. Lily was a curious girl with bright blue eyes and long brown hair. She loved reading books and learning about history. Jack was a smart boy with short black hair and green eyes. He loved science and dreamed of becoming an inventor. One sunny afternoon, Lily and Jack decided to explore the old library in their town. The library was very old, with tall wooden shelves filled with dusty books. While looking through the books, they found a hidden door at the back of the library. The door was small and covered in cobwebs. "Look, Jack, a hidden door!" Lily exclaimed. Jack was excited. "Let's see what's inside." They pushed the door open and found a dark room. In the middle of the room, there was a large, ancient book on a pedestal. The book was covered in gold and had strange symbols on the cover. Lily opened the book carefully. As she did, a bright light filled the room. Suddenly, the room started to spin, and Lily and Jack felt like they were flying through the air. Chapter 2, Meeting William Shakespeare. When the spinning stopped, Lily and Jack found themselves in a beautiful garden. The garden was full of colorful flowers and tall trees. They saw a man sitting on a bench, writing in a notebook. "Hello, where are we?" Lily asked. The man looked up and smiled. "Welcome to England, my friends. My name is William Shakespeare." Lily and Jack were amazed. They knew that William Shakespeare was a famous writer from history. He wrote many plays and poems that people still read today. "Are you really William Shakespeare?" Jack asked in awe. "Yes, I am," Shakespeare replied. "I am working on a new play. Would you like to help me?" Lily and Jack were excited. They spent the day with Shakespeare, helping him write his play. They learned many new words and phrases, and even acted out some scenes. Chapter 3, The Journey Continues. After spending a wonderful day with William Shakespeare, Lily and Jack decided to explore more. They opened the ancient book again, and the bright light appeared. The room started to spin, and they were off on another adventure. This time, they found themselves in a big city. The streets were busy with people, carriages, and horses. They saw tall buildings and heard people speaking in English. "Where are we now?" Lily wondered. Just then, a man approached them. He was tall and wore a long coat and a top hat. "Hello, children. My name is Charles Dickens. Welcome to London." Lily and Jack couldn't believe their luck. Charles Dickens was another famous writer from history. He wrote many books about life in England. "Are you really Charles Dickens?" Jack asked. "Yes, I am," Dickens replied. "I am working on a new story. Would you like to join me?" Lily and Jack agreed. They followed Charles Dickens through the busy streets of London. They saw poor children working hard and rich people enjoying their lives. They learned about the hardships of life in the city and how important it was to help others. Chapter 4: The Mystery of the Future. After their adventure in London, Lily and Jack were ready for more. They opened the ancient book once again. This time, the light was even brighter, and the spinning was faster. When the spinning stopped, they found themselves in a strange, futuristic city. The buildings were tall and shiny, and people were flying in small, floating cars. "Where are we now?" Jack asked. A woman approached them. She was dressed in silver clothes and had a friendly smile. "Welcome to the future. My name is Dr. Eleanor Bright. I am a scientist working on new inventions." Lily and Jack were amazed. They had traveled to the future. Dr. Bright showed them around the city. They saw robots helping people and computers that could talk. "How did we get here?" Lily asked. Dr. Bright explained, "You have a special book that can take you to different times in history. It's a magical book that only a few people can use." Lily and Jack were excited to learn more about the future. They spent the day with Dr. Bright, learning about new inventions and the importance of science and technology. Chapter 5: The Decision. As the day ended, Lily and Jack knew it was time to go back home. They thanked Dr. Bright for the amazing adventure and opened the ancient book one last time. The bright light appeared, and the room started to spin. When it stopped, they were back in the old library. "That was incredible," Jack said. "We met William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and even went to the future." Lily nodded. "Yes, and we learned so much about history and the importance of learning and helping others." They decided to keep the ancient book a secret and use it to learn more about history. They knew that their adventures were just beginning. Stay tuned for part 2 of A Journey Through Time, where Lily and Jack continue their amazing adventures and meet more famous figures from English-speaking history. A Journey Through Time, Part 2, Chapter 6, Return to the Past. Lily and Jack couldn't stop thinking about their adventures. They decided to use the ancient book again. They went back to the old library, found the hidden door, and opened the book. The bright light filled the room, and the spinning started once more. When it stopped, they found themselves in a small village. The houses were made of wood and stone, and people were dressed in simple clothes. A tall, strong man was giving a speech to a group of villagers. "Who is that?" Jack whispered. "That's Abraham Lincoln," a young boy replied. "He's running for president." Lily and Jack were amazed. They knew Abraham Lincoln was a famous American president who helped end slavery. They listened to Lincoln's speech and learned about freedom and equality. After the speech, they approached him. "Hello, Mr. Lincoln. We're Lily and Jack," Lily said. "Hello, children," Lincoln replied kindly. "What brings you here?" "We're traveling through time, learning about history," Jack explained. "That's wonderful. Education is very important." Always seek knowledge and truth, Lincoln advised. Chapter 7, Crossing the Ocean. After spending the day with Abraham Lincoln, Lily and Jack opened the book again. This time, the spinning took them to a large ship sailing across the ocean. The ship was full of people speaking different languages. Where are we now? Lily wondered. A man with a kind face approached them. Hello, I'm Captain John Smith. Welcome aboard the Mayflower. Lily and Jack knew about the Mayflower. It was the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America. Captain Smith showed them around the ship. They met the Pilgrims and learned about their journey to find a new home where they could have freedom to practice their religion. Why did you leave your home? Jack asked one of the Pilgrims. We wanted a place where we could live freely and worship as we please, the Pilgrim replied. Lily and Jack understood the importance of freedom and the courage it took to start a new life in a new land. Chapter 8, The Power of Words. Their next adventure took them to a small house in Massachusetts. Inside, a woman was writing at a desk. Her name was Harriet Beecher Stowe. Lily and Jack knew she was the author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, a book that helped people see the cruelty of slavery. Hello, Mrs. Stowe. We're Lily and Jack. Lily introduced themselves. Hello, dears. What brings you here? Harriet asked with a warm smile. We're learning about history and important people, Jack explained. Books have the power to change the world, Harriet said. My book is helping people understand the need for change. Lily and Jack spent the day with Harriet Beecher Stowe, learning about her life and the impact of her writing. They understood how powerful words could be and how they could inspire people to make a difference. Chapter 9, A Meeting with a President. After leaving Harriet Beecher Stowe, Lily and Jack found themselves in a grand room with a large desk. A man was sitting behind the desk, writing important papers. It was President Theodore Roosevelt. Welcome, children. I am Theodore Roosevelt, President of the United States. He greeted them. Hello, Mr. President. We're Lily and Jack. We're traveling through time, Lily explained. That's fascinating. Education and exploration are very important, Roosevelt said. I believe in preserving nature and helping the people. He showed them his office and talked about his efforts to create national parks and protect the environment. Lily and Jack learned about the importance of conservation and leadership. They understood how a leader could make a big difference in the world. Chapter 10, The Fight for Rights. Their next journey took them to a large crowd of people gathered for a speech. A man with a powerful voice was speaking. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Hello, everyone. I have a dream. He began his famous speech. Lily and Jack knew about Martin Luther King Jr. He was a leader in the civil rights movement, fighting for equality and justice for all people. They listened to his inspiring words and felt the power of his message. After the speech, they approached him. Hello, Dr. King. "We're Lily and Jack." Jack said, "Hello, young friends. What brings you here?" King asked with a warm smile. "We're learning about history and meeting important people," Lily explained. "Remember, always stand up for what is right and never stop fighting for justice," King advised. Lily and Jack were deeply moved by their encounter with Martin Luther King Jr. They understood the importance of standing up for equality and justice. Chapter 11: The Age of Exploration. Lily and Jack's next adventure took them back in time to a grand ship sailing on the high seas. The ship's crew was busy with their tasks, and a tall man with a confident air was giving orders. "Who is that?" Lily asked. "That's Captain James Cook," a sailor replied. "He's one of the greatest explorers." Lily and Jack knew Captain James Cook was a famous British explorer who mapped many parts of the world. They introduced themselves to Captain Cook, who welcomed them aboard. He showed them maps and explained his voyages of discovery. "We're exploring the world, finding new lands, and learning about different cultures," Cook said. Lily and Jack learned about the spirit of exploration and the importance of understanding and respecting different cultures. Chapter 12: The World of Science. Their journey then took them to a laboratory filled with strange devices and bubbling beakers. A man with wild hair and a kind smile was working on an experiment. It was Thomas Edison, the famous inventor. "Hello, Mr. Edison. We're Lily and Jack." Jack introduced themselves. "Hello, children. Welcome to my lab," Edison said. They spent the day with Edison, learning about his inventions, like the light bulb and the phonograph. He encouraged them to be curious and never give up on their ideas. Innovation and persistence are key to success, Edison advised. Lily and Jack were inspired by Edison's creativity and determination. They realized the importance of never giving up and always striving to improve. Chapter 13: The Power of Art. Their next stop was a bright, colorful studio. Paintings covered the walls, and a man with a cheerful face was working on a new piece. It was Norman Rockwell, a famous American artist. "Hello, Mr. Rockwell. We're Lily and Jack," Lily said. "Hello, young artists. Welcome to my studio," Rockwell greeted them. He showed them his paintings and explained how he used art to tell stories and capture the spirit of American life. "Art can speak to people in ways that words cannot," Rockwell said. Lily and Jack learned about the power of art and how it could inspire and connect people. Chapter 14: The Final Lesson. After many adventures, Lily and Jack knew it was time to return home. They opened the ancient book one last time. The bright light filled the room, and they found themselves back in the old library. They sat down and reflected on their incredible journey. They had met so many important people and learned valuable lessons about freedom, justice, exploration, innovation, and the power of words and art. "We've learned so much," Lily said. "Yes, and we must use what we've learned to make our world a better place," Jack agreed. They decided to share their adventures and the lessons they had learned with their friends and family. They knew that knowledge and understanding could change the world. And so, Lily and Jack continued their journey of learning and discovery, knowing that the ancient book would always be there, ready to take them on another adventure through time. Stay tuned for more exciting stories and adventures as Lily and Jack explore the wonders of history and the importance of learning.